I'm mostly doing this for my own records and just uh, some place to leave these videos. Hope somebody watches because I'm having a lot of problems, and that's just with the doctors. As far as the insurance companies go, I got this. All right, so I can go anywhere. I don't need a referral because all the PCPs they get mad because I used this. Went straight to the ortho. Got 4 operations. I'm trying to get the other 2 right now for my ankles. But Dr. Zatz wants me to go through the process. Shots, etc. And she got mad because I said no the first time, which was last year when I seen her. So she sidestepped, snuck in, her and her little assistant, and I was kind of out of it because I had been up for a while. I was rubbing my ankle. She said, let me see. And I moved back. She rubbed my ankle with some stuff. And unbeknownst to me, they gave me a shot that I said I didn't want. And I explained to her because it swells up. And I said, oh, no, no, no. He says, come back in a couple, I'll call you in a couple of weeks and we'll see how that worked out. And I was upset because I already said no to the shots, the therapies, the pills. I avoided all that when I had the other 4 surgeries. They're both knees, both wrists. I didn't do the shots, the pills, none of the process. So anyways, when I went to see her last week, my ankle swelled up. I spent a lot of time off my feet because of the winter. My shoulders were hurting. I mean, not my shoulders, my hips. My shoulders were hurting too, but my hips were hurting real bad, so I couldn't do a lot of moving around. Spent most of the winter in bed. And she told me I shouldn't do that because I need to exercise my muscles. I said, yeah, I know. And but make it a lot easier if you fix my ankles and I could get up, move around easier. Then we can move on to my hips. So while I was there waiting to see her, her assistant was helping me, told me to get out of the chair, up on the table. I did. That hurt. My ankles popped, both of them. And I knew they were going to start swelling. And, a lot of movement, putting any pressure, any weight on them, they start to do that. And so anyways, her assistant helped me off of my sandals. And by the time I stepped up onto the table and got into the chair, my left ankle swelled up really big. And I could feel it and it hurt. And I usually don't express pain the way most people do. I don't scream, I don't cry, I don't swear. But I came close. Usually it's through laughs, jokes. That's how I hide my pain. I smile, I laugh, and I joke about it. And anyways, her assistant shot out and it got big. And her assistant shot out, came back with ice packs. And it went down somewhat by the time doctor's ass came in, but it was still relatively big. And she said she wasn't going to do anything because it's so swollen. I said, well, it wouldn't have been if you would have did this last year when I came here, when I said this is what I want done. But she said no because she wanted to see how I did on all this other stuff, the shots, the pills, etc. So anyways, she said, what's so different? This year was the swelling, it's more intense, the pain is more intense. And she says, yeah, but how is it your left foot's more swollen than your right foot? I said, because that's where you gave me the shot. And I explained to her, I went through this before. I said, there's no way. I went through it with my knees, except for without the shots. But the more I was on my knees, the more movement, the more weight I put on it, that my knees would swell up. They eventually look like Cabbage Patch Kids. But it's not so bad now because Dr. Badikian fixed them. He was the guy to fix my knees there at Mid-America Ortho. And no shots, no pills, even after the surgery. The second surgery, I told him, no, I don't need none of that. The painkillers for afterwards. I just don't want to do pills. And so my foot was swelling more, and she was saying she wasn't going to do it. She said something was wrong with my heart because the way it looked, that's not just from what she needed to fix. It had to be something else. I told her, no, I've been through, the cardiologist, numerous cardiologists. because each doctor I keep seeing saying that my heart rate is excessive and yada yada. But it's because I'm always in pain. I had 6 operations already: torn meniscus, torn rotator cuffs, carpal tunnels. I'm waiting for them to fix. I'm living in a lot of pain. So I'm already, yeah, you know, and I explained to her, I'm living in a lot of pain. Of course, it's going to be excessive. And she says it's not that bad because I'm not crying and whining and but that's not me. And I told her, you know, my laughter, my smile, that's my tears. And I had her and her assistant laughing, chuckling a little bit. I said, my jokes, that's you know, I even explained to her, you know, that's my tears. Every letter and every word of every word I've said, I said, there's an ocean full of tears. No, 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 you know, and she says, it can't be that painful. Yeah, it is. Sometimes I knock out from the pain. I pass out, especially for when my hips get bad. In the winter, that's really bad. And I passed out from pain. No, no, it can't be that bad. Now, if each joint registers a 10, how much pain is that? So she said she doesn't believe me, and I have to go see my PCP. So the PCP's mad because I come here without a referral. So that's not my problem. Um, and she says it's my heart. It's not. I did the stress test on the treadmill, and that was before the operations. Can you imagine how much that hurt? Just before those 6 operations, besides having, I still got to get my ankles and my hips fixed. Can you imagine how much pain I was in doing a stress test on a treadmill? They had me going for a while, and I was screaming and crying. And then after all was said and done, they told me if I don't finish it, I got to come back again. They're testing my heart. So I finished it, and I was down and out for 2 weeks. I did not get up. I barely ate. And they said I had the heart of somebody half my age. I had a good heart. I'm just overworking it. But you know, I was overworking it. That freaking test, that stress test, that was one. Plus living with all that pain. So for years and years, it started 2005, I've been in pain. So Dr. Zatz wants to prolong that because she wants to see how long I can go on pills and, you know, how much more swelling, I guess. Because in her note, she put that she gave me 1 shot. And when she was supposed to call me back to come back, she was going to recommend a shot in my other foot. And there was no way I was going to have that because I wasn't going to have the other one swell up like that too. So I proved it to her. Look at the one you gave me the shot, it is swollen. The one you gave me, it's swollen, but not as big. And then she's saying that she couldn't because it was a heart condition because she pressed on it and you could see the indentation staying there. I says, no, 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 that happened before with my shoulders. I says, you know, I'll just keep working it, keep popping it, and the swelling will go down, and it'll just be the normal swelling. And she said no. So last week after I seen her, I think it was Saturday, I went out rolling in my wheelchair, went and got groceries. I even videotaped my trip coming back, not going there because there was a whole lot of swearing going on, a lot of filth flying out of my mouth. But anyways, I kept working those ankles till they kept popping and popping, and you know, the more I do it, the less pop, the sound, you know, gets lower and lower, and the swelling goes down. So it's the only thing I figure. Whatever's in there, I'm chipping away at it, and it seems to work pretty good. Makes the swelling go down. So now that big old puffiness, now it's just normal swelling. So I just want to show you. I'm keeping this for my own records, and I promised Dr. Zatz I would blast her on the internet for making me live through this another year and then some. You know, when I seen Dr. Badikian, he had no problems with delivering me from the pain in my knees. When I forgot the other doctor's name, the one that did my wrist, he had no problem delivering the pain from my wrist. I look weird. My hands were just, I couldn't turn a little screwdriver. I was trying to fix my keyboard for my computer. I had to clean it because I spilled some soda on it. Couldn't afford a new one, so I figured I'd take it apart and clean it. But I couldn't get it open, so I couldn't use my keyboard for my computer for a while. But since he fixed my hands, I can do a lot. it gave me the ability to use the wheelchair. I grew a lot of muscle, lost a lot of fat, lost the turkey neck. I call it a lizard neck. Actually, it was just the skin that was here from, I had a lot of weight fluctuations due to the cluster migraines. When they get bad, the vomiting gets bad, projectile vomiting. And headaches are intense, and I lose weight really quick. I break out into instant sweat. It's like I just jumped into a shower. So it causes a lot of weight fluctuation, and the pain is intense. It's way worse than all my joint pains put together. It feels like somebody's squeezing my brain. And then, my nose fills with this fluid, my lungs, and it's hard to breathe, and I gotta cough that stuff up. My vision goes bad, blurry, real blurry. Spend some time in ER 3 times consecutively in 2 weeks. And they were just observing me, so I figured if I'm gonna die, these guys are gonna sit here. I'd rather do it at home. So I had about, after those 3 times, maybe 3 or 4 more episodes here. But I figured a way around it, keeping a cool head. It's a lot to do with climate control, certain temperatures, humidity levels down, so that way I don't have to deal with the pain issues. Because when the pain kicks in, then my blood pressure starts rising, then my body heats up, and then my head starts hurting, the cluster migraines kick in. So I got to be very careful what I do. So here there's a lot of climate control. The bright lights bother me, so I got these blackout curtains, thick shades that film you put in the window to dark out the windows. My light bulbs are all 40 watts. I'm going through a lot just to, make it through each and every day. And Dr. Zatz insists on seeing how long I can handle the stuff she wants to put me through. So she has no idea of my medical history. I said, well, you got a history here for 4 operations. Just go talk to those 3. No, I can't do that. It's not easy. You just walk out, walk down the hall. If they're not here, do something. I even talked to my PCP, told her to call Mid-America and arrange it so that way they MRI my whole body like I wanted them to do years ago. Find out what got damaged when it got damaged, everything. And then, you can't see joint damage on x-rays. And they keep wanting to do x-rays, which is a ridiculous waste of time. I said no to the x-rays too. She was pissed about that. And the only way you could tell joint damage is just through the MRIs. So that's what I want to do. MRI my body and, see what's wrong and, draw up a game plan, fix everything. I even offered to stay in the hospital until everything was said and done. They said, no, I couldn't handle the pain. The pain I can't handle is living my life in pain. So, but I'm going to keep pushing on because I got this. I can go anywhere. I don't need a referral. It's not even Medicare Advantage. It's straight Medicare. I had straight Medicare and Medicaid. Everything got paid. But since everything changed, since, the presidency changed, the insurance things changed. So they cut me off of Medicare, and I can't make it there on my own. So I got to get there somehow in order to get it back. And then I got to pay $33 a month for the Medicaid and the Medicare. Well, I'm on SSDI, and so everything will be paid for. But right now, I just got this doctor that wants me to go through the procedure. I'm going to go back to Mid-America though. They fixed necks. I got some vertebrae got to be fixed in my neck. They already did the x-rays on that, and they said, oh, well, yeah, we got to fix that, which should have been fixed years ago. But thanks to this, I can go anywhere. Don't need a referral. That was the hard part because all my PCPs refused to give me a referral. And with all the insurance companies out there, except for this one, you need a referral from your PCP. You don't get a referral. You don't get to see any kind of specialist. I've seen a gastrologist. That was a big argument. My PCP raised it. And I said, well, I don't need you. I'll just go look on the internet. What do you mean you don't need me? I said, I got this. It said, no matter where I go, no referral needed. So this is not just my pitch to get fixed, But seriously, y'all should think about that Medicare for all. You know, how many, you know, I've met a lot of people along the way. Been going through some of the issues, maybe one or two that I'm going through, and not one of them could get a referral. I would ask them, why don't you just fix that? Well, you know, I gotta wait on the doctor, and and I've changed PCP over the years, time and time again, because I could not get a referral. Just take these pills, and this is how they examine me. You look good to me. Man, I need some of the magical doctor glasses where they can determine what's wrong with me just by looking at me. You know, for all these years, I've gotten nothing but a bunch of educated guesses. No testing, no real answers, no results, no action. And I get billed for it every freaking time. For inaction, for services not rendered. What happened to cause no harm or pain, or the Hippocratic oath. But either way, I know I shouldn't. The humidity levels are going down a little bit, but I can't stay cooped up in the house. I'm an outdoors person, so I'm gonna put these braces the doctor gave, put them on my ankles. They hold my ankles stable, so they won't flop around in a wheelchair so much. Because with my ankles and my hips, I feel every bump and they hurt like hell, and then my neck starts hurting. But it's something I got to do. It's all I got. I don't have a car. Nobody comes by to entertain me. I'm left up to my own devices. And my best and favorite device is that wheelchair. I go uphill 5 blocks just for the ride down. You know, I don't go up to I still go up to Walgreens just to visit, but I don't go up there for pills anymore. That's what started that quest in the wheelchair. What I thought I couldn't do, get to Walgreens on my own, I wound up doing. Now I do it just what was a pain in the ass, a struggle, something I didn't think I could do. Now I do for fun. But it does cause a lot of pain, and there were a few times I was worried I was going to have a stroke. Some of the neighbors seen me out there, I was worried. But I just parked and sat there and waited and calmed down and cracked open those ice packs and put it under my hat, on my head, under my hat, sat there, cooled down, had something to drink, smoked a cigarette or a few, and sat there and let my heart rate come down. And when I felt good and ready and calm, I finished the race. And getting up that hill, it's worth it, because that ride down, it's a blast. Let me just show you my ankles real quick. The doctor was saying because they stay swollen, the indentations. No, it's just back to the normal swelling like it usually is. And, you don't see the fingerprints once I touch it. Actually, it's a little swollen right now because I've been moving around trying to clean up some stuff, but just a little. Now she's saying it's one's bigger than the other. This one. Let's see. When I was there, she kept touching it. It would leave her the indentation from her fingers. She put all four, fingers on my foot, and it left an indentation. You could clearly see it. But see, I've been through that before. And I told her, no, that's just because, number one, it got so big because you gave me the shot. She didn't like hearing that. And plus, I haven't been on my feet too much, and I haven't worked it like, well, you got to do that. So I did. And I did, and I worked it till it popped and didn't sound so loud and didn't hurt so much. And then the swelling went down. So I'm going to keep moving, and I'm going to find, I seen another doctor, and he gave me a referral to a doctor that does the fix and the operation. So until I find one that isn't going to put me through the process and make me live out my life in more pain for an extended period of time that's totally unnecessary, you know, I'm going to do it. You know, if I didn't push and, you know, I had to sue to get this, if I wasn't so pushy and persistent, you know, I wouldn't be here today, you know. So I'm not, you know, people, you should really think about that. Can you imagine not needing a referral ever again? You know, not needing a network. That's really cool. I can go anywhere. I don't have to be in anybody's network, you know, and you don't have to have the Medicare Advantage plan to do that. That's a waste of time and money. If you got Medicare and Medicaid, you're good. You're good. That Medicaid Advantage plan will cost you money and it'll give you services that Medicaid gives you. Don't let nobody fool you. All right, I already been through that. Aetna screwed me real bad. But see, you know what? If you do wind up signing up, you know, with all the other insurance plans out there, if you sign up with somebody by mistake, you're stuck with them for a whole damn year. With Medicare, I didn't like what Aetna did to me, so I called them. They said, "Well, cancel it." Yeah, so I said, "I can cancel it right now." They said, "Yeah, well, we're going to cancel it, and it won't take effect until the beginning of next month." So that's another advantage to having Medicare. You know, see, people should really think about that. Medicare for all. You know, don't make it a as far as politics, a red issue or blue issue. Make it a red, white, and blue issue. You know, there's nothing we can do to change how many years of tears I've been experiencing. But you know, just think about yourself. If not your parents, I'm a grandfather. Hey, little kids, think about your grandparents. Do you really want to see them doped up? Hey, I'm doing a lot better off the pills. I get out, I lost a lot of weight, lost the turkey neck, got a lot of muscle. I eat, and I don't crave the pills. There's no need to look for them, hunt for them. You know, there were so many times I got worried that I get cut off, and I got cut off, and all the time the doctors were saying, "Don't worry, you won't get a cut off," and I did, and I wound up in a bad way, really, really bad way. They're right. You shouldn't go cold turkey, but I had to go cold turkey a lot of times because the government cut my insurance. You know, but I hope this message gets across to somebody. I mean, maybe somebody will give Dr. Zatz a call and ask her, "Hey, why you want to leave them in pain?" But if not, at least think about what's coming up in this new election, this Medicare for all. Because seriously, if it helped me, now I'm low man totem pole in this country. I'm Mexican American. Yeah, born and raised in Chicago. And if it can help me getting this red, white, and blue card, that's because I'm on SSDI. I had it before for PTSD too. I got it back in the 90s just for the PTSD. If I would have known then, I would have used it back then. But anyways, y'all should think about that. Getting the Medicare for all, Medicare for you, just no more. You won't have to deal with all these other insurance companies. You won't have to deal about co-payments and networks, referrals. If your stomach's tore up from the floor up, just go straight to the gastronomist. Why go to your PCP and you look okay to me here. I'm gonna write you a prescription and send you on your way. Gets paid for by the hour, right, to see you, and he's only there to see you for 5 minutes. He or she, you know. So why waste that 5 minutes to get over current prescriptions and that don't work and try this, try that, and then you finally come back and then they give you a written prescription, and then eventually down the line they eventually send you to a specialist. Why not just take the shortcut, go to the specialist? That's how I got my stomach fixed. For years I couldn't eat. It blew up, went to the specialist, stuck a tube down with a camera in my stomach, seen what was wrong, fixed it, gave me a bunch of pills, the antibiotics, and for whatever they did. And they went the other way. I had, I think, 6 polyps removed. They were all happy when they called me, told me they were benign. I didn't even realize what I was going through but they fixed me though. So just think, I mean, don't need a referral, no networks. It's a whole lot to think about, and it's inexpensive compared to the other companies. And the copays are nominal, even if you don't have Medicare, if you don't have Medicaid, all you need is a supplemental plan. That's all you'll need is a supplemental plan. You say, oh, well, we have to put more towards taxes. Well, that's a lot cheaper than paying insurance premiums and deductions. And, seriously, people. I hope somebody's listening. I seen on the news there was, all these people talking about Medicare for all, Medicare for all. Yeah, everybody jumping on the same bandwagon. That one guy, that old guy, he started that shit a long time ago, and I've always been on that boat, Medicare for all, especially when I got it the first time for PTSD, you know, and that was in somewhere in the 90s, middle 90s, 96, I think, you know. And they said it was hard to prove. I gave them a hospital report. They said, oh, and I didn't even need a lawyer. I just gave them my medical history, and they gave me Social Security for PTSD. So seriously, people, without having the need for a referral and waiting to see a specialist a couple of years, all that gets you is on the list, the greeting card list. I don't even celebrate my birthday. Why they send me a birthday card? Why they send me Christmas cards? You know. So what? It's Halloween. Medicare for all, everybody. I don't care if you don't call my doctor, Dr. Zatz. Seriously, if I have to get a court order to get this done, to bypass all the unnecessaries, the X-rays, the pills, the shots, physical therapy. Seriously, why do you want to work out something that's broke? Why do you want to work it hard? You're gonna work it till it just don't work. Period anymore. No how, no way. And then we'll fix it. No, fix it and then let the person move on. Listen, autotherapy I've done on my own, and I work way better now. They sent a physical therapist here, and he was extremely limiting. He wanted to constrict me. He said, stay in, don't go out. You get hurt so much. If it hurts riding around in a wheelchair, don't do it. Doctors ads told me the same thing. Well, you don't want it to hurt, just stay in. Don't go where, don't do nothing. I have nobody to come here and take care of me. I got to do it on my own. It'd be a lot easier if she fixed my ankles. Then I could move on to get my hips fixed and then my neck. I still got to see a neurologist about these cluster migraines. Good thing I don't need a referral. I can just call them, hey, make an appointment and go. I'm just having vehicle problems, right? Transportation problems right now. Okay. But either way, I'm going to work it out. I'm going to keep talking about Medicare for all till the end of days. Seriously, I run across so many of my fellow Americans, my fellow citizens, we the people, that are such a bad way. And they could get fixed a lot quicker with this Medicare for all. And, it's just, there's a lot of needless stuff going on out there in that medical world. So if we get this going, I'm pretty sure we can get them fixing. My nephew, he's a magma kid. He's always talking about make America great again. Hey, Andy, when America was great, what you're talking about, you would have been an abomination. But other than that, there was one thing that was going on pretty good back then until Nixon changed it. Everything medical was nonprofit. Everything, doctors, hospitals, everything. But you would have been an abomination, dude. Seriously, mixed marriages, I was against the law. But I really, as much as the beating, this pain puts up my heart, I'm gonna go cruising in my wheelchair, put on those braces, go cruising. It's gonna put a hurting on me. But at least I get some fun. And if my battery runs out, at least I had fun. If I'm gonna go with a smile. I'm not gonna go doped up, stuck in bed, staying in the house, waiting for somebody to come help. I'm gonna help myself go out there and just roll like I do. You know, I earned some muscle, and it's a pain in the ass, but it was a pleasure. I had fun. Otherwise, I'd be stuck in here waiting for somebody to come take care of me. And the people that said they took care of me, I didn't get to eat what I wanted. I didn't get to dress the way I wanted. I didn't get to go where I wanted. They all always try to change my life and do what's easiest for them, so they can come and say they helped me. And all their help was the opposite. It was help. It was the anti-help. Everything they did was make life hard on me. So I'm gonna do it on my own. I don't need somebody coming here telling me how to live and how I can make them helping me easier on them. No, I'm gonna do what's easiest on me. So I'm gonna say goodbye. And this is my pitch for Medicare for all. I don't care who's running for office. If they ain't talking about it, they ain't doing it. If they ain't making America great again by making everything medical nonprofit, that would cure everything. No more high drug prices. You know, doctors can't use their power of the MD to milk you for money, keep you going back for years just for some prescriptions. Oh, you look good to me. I'm not here for the flattery. I don't want to hear I look good. I want to feel good. I want to feel as good as I look, and I look good. I want to feel that good too. Okay, bye, y'all. Have a good night. God bless. Remember, He's always watching. You can send your thoughts and prayers, but He hears each and every one of them. He does. Remember, He's watching in what you do. Just like on here on earth, up there, remember, He's the one who created us, so we think the same way He does. He takes more uh, notice in your actions. So, let's go beyond thoughts and prayers, and let's do something. Okay? Make the world a better place. You know, He gave us one job to do. Actually, 10. 10 jobs. He gave us 10 jobs to do. Let's do them. Let's get it done, okay? We can make the whole world, a lot better place if we just take care of those jobs He gave us to do. All right, Medicare for all. I want to see everybody get better. There's nothing wrong with healthy Americans, a healthy America, a strong workforce, a healthy workforce. Nothing wrong with that. I just, I'm a holy roller. I just want to see everybody get well, and it's working pretty well for me, and I want to see it work just as well for everybody else. Thank you and good night.